Welcome back to Press Start. The trailer for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity just came out September 9th. The game is set 100 years before the last installment of the Zelda series, Breath of the Wild. With me today to talk about this is Jonah and James. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hello.
So first, how did you feel about the Hyrule Warriors trailer?
Well, I'm really excited. Normally I'm not a big fan of like the beat 'em up kind of style of games, like the original Hyrule Warriors was, but this one, especially because it's like a direct like canon prequel to the original Breath of the Wild.
Even if you're not interested in the gameplay, like I feel like a major component of this game is going to be the story and seeing like, because it's practically a prequel to like the first game.
Yeah. So what kind of things do you think the plot of the new Hyrule Warriors will touch on from the first Breath of the Wild?
Basically everything that happened before Breath of the Wild, like before Calamity Ganon, I guess Link training to be a knight or whatever, seeing all the other warriors in action and stuff. That'll be very cool.
Yeah, one of the things that I really want to see is how like his relationships with like the other like champions like grew as like he got to like know them, and like him and Zelda too. Like you see like a bit through like the flashbacks in Breath of the Wild, but I think this is really going to show like a lot more.
Yeah, it's also great. The cast of characters within the trailer was already it had pretty much every single race and Legend of Zelda was represented. That was amazing. I was really excited about that, especially the ones that my child brain called the mermaid ones. So the trailer shows Link before he received the Master Sword and became the hero we know in Breath of the Wild. Do you think we will get to see things like Link's family, Link meeting the other champions for the first time, or him first receiving the Master Sword?
Oh, that would be really cool, especially Link's family, because it gets touched on a lot in the original Breath of the Wild. Like you can even buy the house like he grew up in Hateno Village. So if we get to like meet his family and like see him like you said, like getting the Master Sword, that would be like crazy, especially because in the Hyrule Warriors trailer he doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see that because the closest thing they ever done is seeing like Link's family's here. You see his grandma in Wind Waker, and I think like his uncle in like Link to the Past, but you never see like his actual parents ever.
But in the trailer, we do see a couple clips of the Divine Beasts themselves. Do you think that there's going to be gameplay aspects around them, possibly even piloting them?
That would be very epic if that happened. That would be so sick. Just like going through hordes of enemies and just like these big like mechs basically just like wreaking havoc. That'd be awesome if they did
Especially
that.
with the Hyrule Warrior gameplay of going through entire armies.
Even if it was just like a super and you couldn't like control it, just like something involving them using them in battle at all would be really, really sick.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to like pilot them, although my like mech anime and Power Rangers childhood heart is just like, oh please. But
be a giant monster.
Yes. I don't think, because like Nintendo has sometimes disappoints when it comes to things like that. It'll probably be like a super, like you said, like an ultimate move. That would be really cool, like for like the champions.
So let's look at more of the Breath of the Wild aspect. What do you think that the story will touch on in the sequel to Breath of the Wild? And the first thing we see in it is Link and Princess Zelda exploring the ruins underneath Hyrule Castle. So what do you think they're doing there? It's a little bit combined question.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Like, it was definitely spooky. Like when I watched the trailer, it was like it was very like suspenseful, intense, and just like they show like the skulls like last second. It was very, very spooky. I guess that's just like Ganon being awoken for like the 300th time or something. But maybe they'll get more into why that happens, why he gets revived, or like how he gets revived, something like that. Because it looks like they didn't go down there just for goofs, right? Like they knew something was gonna happen down there. So.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a field trip.
Yeah.
You know, they're looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So do you think the mysterious enemy? Yeah. So you touched upon it. That the skull is supposed to be Ganon/Ganondorf, or is it supposed to be another unknown entity? Because it is strange to, at least in my mind, like when they mentioned Ganon, they looked like crab creatures to me. Like the monsters that they used to represent it were completely out of the blue.
Oh, you mean in the first Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, that and connecting with the trailer for the Hyrule Warriors.
Mm-hmm. I think yeah, with whatever the sequel to Breath of the Wild is going to be called, Breath of the Wild 2, whatever we want to call it. I think it's got to be Ganon. I think it's got to be Ganondorf, or else. I mean, it could be like something else because I mean, in the first game, one of the big things is like, oh, you beat Calamity Ganon. Mm-hmm. So then, what is this Ganon doing here? Who is this? What's up? What did I do in the first game, even?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, that seems to be also a plot that happens in every Zelda game. Yeah. Of like, I thought I defeated this guy, I think, every game. And they were like, peace comes now. Nope. So at the end of the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity trailer, there is an image saying the next update is going to come this month on the 26th. Do you think this is going to just be news regarding Hyrule Warriors, or do you think it will also touch on the Breath of the Wild sequel?
I feel like it won't touch on the sequel as much because this game seems like to me as like the filler for people to like have something to play with before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, because it seems like Breath of the Wild 2 isn't coming for a little bit. Definitely, I don't even think it's going to come out next year, maybe even the following. So this game seems like just something to hold us over until then. They'll probably just show more gameplay, is more in-depth stuff for the update.
Yeah, I even saw some like interviews with the team behind the Breath of the Wild and Zelda and all that. And they were even saying like, oh, our team is working on the sequel to Breath of the Wild, but we're also working on this now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe I'm hopeful that we'll get maybe a little bit of news on the sequel to Breath of the Wild, but I think it's just going to be like one of those videos like, here's how you're going to play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Let's take a look. One of those kind of things they do.
Gotcha. Do you guys think you'll be playing Hyrule Warriors, or are you just going to wait out for the sequel?
Looks cool to me, man. I might try. I never played the original Hyrule Warriors, so jumping into this one for the story and for the gameplay, and just seeing, I guess, just because they touched on a little bit in the original Breath of the Wild with like some flashbacks, but just seeing like exactly what happened is pretty interesting. So I might even just see it just for the story, if not for the gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
Gotcha. I honestly, I like Hyrule Warriors. I love beat 'em up games, so I'll definitely be playing it. But that's our time. What do you guys think of the game? Leave a comment down below, and remember to subscribe, like the video, and click the bell for more of your nerd news here at Press Start.